Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about the clock tower for Plexville, right? The clock tower. It is basically this building right here. And of course the block pile surrounding it, which isn't many, right? Notice how we have this TNT stack, we have these melons, and we have some melons over here. As for the block piles over here, right, this TNT stack, the furnace stack, the anvil stack, typically you don't find hiders in them, so we're not going to worry about them. So just ignore them. Just ignore them, right? Now we'll start with the TNT stack. Basically, the spot you should know about for the TNT stack is right here. You see 4 TNTs in a row like that, it's fake. Another thing is if you see 4 TNTs in a row right here, that would be fake. And also if you see 4 TNTs in a row on top of the stack. Or in general, if you see 4 TNTs on top of the stack. Right? Also, if you see a TNT that goes way too high up like that, it's fake. Right? And another thing you might see is 2 TNTs in a row, like in front of the stack. Right, that's basically it for the TNT stack. As for the melon stack, the most common thing to see is a melon go behind the stack over here. So it's important that you know if you ever see a melon hiding in this specific spot, like another one of these spots, that would be fake. You see a melon in this slot, it's fake. You see a melon in this slot, it's fake. So if you see 6 melons on top, it's fake. That's really all it is. Sometimes we even see a melon go specifically right here. So you should know that one as well. So that's basically it for the melon stack. Right? This melon stack's not really that important. Right? As for the roots, right, you have an opening right here, of course. So as you can see, an opening with a little room. Then you have these doors, right? You also do have an opening over here, right? And of course, some directions they could go. Now, as for the top of the building, right? We basically have the top of the building right here. This is probably the most important spot to check for the clock tower, is this area. So basically you just go on here and many times you'll find hiders up here. So it's so important to check here. And sometimes they'll be on the parkour thing. I like that, the parkour. That's basically, they'll find hiders on there sometimes. That's pretty much it for the top of the clock tower. As for this bottom area, notice up there we have some flower pots. Sometimes you'll find flower pots up here. I notice how basically for the ledge it goes 1, 1, 2. Right, so if you ever see like basically like it goes 1, 1, 1, 2, then that would be fake. Right? Or 1, 1, 3, that would also be fake. Over here, if you see 6 flower pots in a row, it's fake. Square flower pots like this, it's fake. So that's also pretty easy to memorize. Or if there's one to the left of it. Fact. That's basically it for the flower pots. Alright. Down here, we'll start with the furnace stack. The furnace stack, it's basically sort of this slot right here. That's really all you're gonna memorize. Alright, now over here you got bookshelves on this side, anvils on this side, flower pots in the center. So the flower pots, it's just a total of 3 flower pots. So if you see 4 flower pots, that's how you know one of them's fake. For the bookshelves, basically if you see a rectangle with bookshelves like that, then that would be fake. For the anvils, it's really, if you're looking, like, if you see a square of anvils on the bottom or a square of anvils on the top, then that's fake. Notice you can't morph into an enchantment table, so don't worry about that. Down here we have this room. Notice how you have 3 flower pots here and 4 on the table. You shouldn't see any flower pots behind here like this. Right? You also shouldn't see a flower pot in this hole or like over here either. And you'll even sometimes see a bookshelf in this hole. Or a bookshelf specifically in this spot. Right? And so that's basically it for this room. There's not much else that you should really have to know about. I guess you'll sometimes see a bookshelf in this hole, but not usually. Now Now there is one more thing you have to know about the room. I like doing that. It's like there's not okay. That's all you really need to know about the room. And then I say there is one more thing you need to know about the room, right? Because notice, these are all oak wood slabs, but some of them are oak wood planks, but some of them are bookshelves, right? Because sometimes, right, you have bookshelves here. You do actually have a bookshelf right here, and a bookshelf right here, right? And if I'm right, then there's also a bookshelf right here. So you have to know, basically, there's a bookshelf in this specific spot underneath it, right? In this specific spot underneath it, and in this specific spot underneath it. That's really all it is. You just gotta memorize that. Right? And obviously those bookshelves come from what's underneath here. Right, go back underneath here to show you. Right, those bookshelves come from over here. Basically those. Right, I don't think you can become one of those bookshelves because as you can see it's blocked by... Oh, you know, that one you can. That one you can't because it's blocked by the anvil stack. So you can't actually become a bookshelf or invest into a bookshelf over here because of the anvils. So now we have completely talked about the contents of the inside of this building. Now the only thing we still need to go over for the inside of the building, I like doing that, right? It's like, oh, we talked about everything, and then we have one more thing to talk about, is that we have a rectangle of bookshelves right here. So if you see a bookshelf like right here, then it's big. Not really common, so you don't have to worry about it, right? That's basically it for the inside, right? And over here, again, we encounter these melons. They aren't that important. So we basically talked about everything for this building entirely. You don't have to worry about the melons, but there is one more thing we need to talk about for the building. I like saying that. I like doing that. No, really, there's one more thing we gotta talk about, and it's the fact that... Right, it's the fact that... Right, it's the fact that... I'll try that once more. Right, hopefully I don't die if I try that again. It's the fact that... Finally I can take it. Basically, you can get on top of that wool, but... I don't know if I can do it. I'll die if I do. You can basically get on top of that wool, so... That's pretty much it for this video.